Good morning, guys. Good morning, guys. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a new subscriber, thank you so much for coming to check me out. I hope you guys will stay a while, go through the playlist, check it out, see what kind of videos you might want to see. I got a couple of different fun things going on. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you guys so much for returning. You guys know that I love and appreciate you. So I'm going to go ahead and get right into the video, guys. Obviously don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. And, we do a lot of fun things here. I do all kinds of things. I do all things Pisces. I do all things crystals. I do all kinds of things on this channel. I'm a Pisces, so it's like I have so many different involvements in so many different things. So I hope you guys can appreciate that. But yeah, I wanted to get right into the video, guys. It's not going to be anything crazy, not like a long video or anything, but it's just a video that I felt obviously compelled and drawn to do, as I always do with all my videos. Look, this bun, for some reason, guys, it didn't want to participate with me today. It is what it is, real life, right? So guys, the reason why I'm doing this video is because I have always been a very spiritual person. Just long story short, I've always been a very spiritual person. I grew up Catholic, but as I started to get older, obviously I felt drawn to different things. Like I felt drawn more to finding out about astrology, and, the sun, moon, stars, all kinds of stuff, alignment and, tarot cards and, crystals and all that stuff. I always felt very drawn to that. I never really pursued it when I was younger because of fear of judgment. A lot of people have lots of judgments against it. A lot of people have different opinions about it, because you have religions and, Wiccans and all this stuff. And so people always want to put everything in one sort of bracket, right? And so I never really pursued it, okay? There's another video about that coming soon, but that's not the focus of this video. Recently, I finally started to come into my own. I started to come into my gifts. I started to really nurture them more. I started to research a lot more. And I recently finally got into my tarot, which I absolutely love, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I have done so many readings now, like so many. I've done so many because I wanted to practice my abilities and my gifts. And so far, everybody that's had them done, that's had the readings done, they have been super happy. They have been amazing, which I'm happy because that's my purpose and my meaning for life is to help guide others and to help give others clarity and for them to become their highest self. And that just gives me life. It gives me purpose. It gives me meaning. It brings me joy. It brings me happiness. Like, when I'm with my cards and helping somebody, I'm literally at my happiest. Like, it's insane. It's insane. So I thought it'd be a fun video to do for tarot misconceptions because a lot of people have a lot of misconceptions about tarot. The first misconception that I wanted to talk about, really quickly, like I said, is that people think it's a religion. Tarot is not a religion. It's a practice, right? It's a practice. It can be spiritual, depending on how you connect or whatever, but it's by no means a religion, and it's not being Wiccan. It's not being, like a witch or anything like that. Like a lot of people, I think tarot is like, there are certain decks, that people think are like witchcraft, or, they think that I'm doing spells or I'm doing magic or whatever. Guys, I legit work with energy. And there are all kinds of different tarot decks. I have a fun journal deck, which actually teaches you how to journal, to write about your feelings and things like that. There are traditional tarot decks, don't get me wrong. Like, this is a traditional tarot deck that has the main images, but you could work with any type of tarot deck. I have a crystal tarot deck to help people, maybe to choose a crystal that they need to focus on for that particular message. Like, there's all kinds of different tarot decks, and they don't all have to do with witchcraft or anything like that. There's sex decks, there's love decks, there's oracle decks, there's all kinds of different decks. Look, there's wealth and prosperity deck. Like, it's not just one bracket of tarot. There's so many different things that can help people and guide them to get a message. So that was one misconception that I wanted to clear up very quickly, because it's not anything evil. I think that what people need to realize is that you can, don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure that there's people out there that use it for evil and for what, I'm not saying that there's not people that don't. But me, for myself, and I know for a lot of other people, we really do it just to give guidance and clarity. And there's all kinds of different fun decks that we use to do that, because regardless of the deck that you use, whatever you're focusing on, and if you're tapping into spirit and you have that energy flowing through you, you're going to get the message through those cards that you decide to use, you know, because they know that that's how you're choosing to communicate with them, is through the cards. So that's the first misconception. The second misconception is that people think that you have to have like these special powers in order to do it. That's not the case. Yes, I will agree that some of us are more in tune with our energy and spirit than others, but if you're willing to really try and really dedicate getting knowledge about it, I'm pretty sure that you can do it. So that's the second misconception. You don't have to be this like special powerful being in order to do it, and it's just not true. The third one is that it's dangerous, that tarot's dangerous, that if you do it, you're tapping into, you know, other realms, and you're doing this and you're doing that. It's really not, guys, because really the tarot is just an interpretation of what could be going on in your life right now. Think about it this way. I read an article, and if I could find it and tag it, I will. I'm not sure if I can remember where I found it though. Ink blots that are used for psychological means, people sit there and you can sit there and say, that might be an animal, or that might be this or that. Ink blots are just the same. It's almost exactly the same thing. It's the way that you interpret it that it's going to help you to break down what's going on. You feel me? So the cards are the same thing. It's almost like a big deck of ink blots. You do it, you interpret what you see, interpret the message. It's kind of the same way. So it's not anything dangerous whatsoever. The fourth misconception is that every card means exactly the same thing. No. It's not. Because yes, there's a general meaning to cards, but whatever message comes out and the way that you're tapping into the energy when you're reading for a specific person is the message that comes out. So it can be, let's say, for example, there was a card that I pulled the other day, and it was talking about, you know, bringing new life to things, or, you know, creating, or whatever the case. Now, that could be interpreted in many different ways. It could be the birth of a new idea. It could be the birth of a child, right? But the person that you are reading for, when you are tapped into their particular energy, that's how you can interpret the card and define the card, because due to that person's energy, you're tapping into them, you know what's going on specifically in their life, type of thing. So they don't always just mean the same thing. It's not just one definition and then bam, that's what it is. It's open to interpretation depending on the person and their energy. And then the last misconception, guys, is that it'll predict the future. It's not going to predict the future for you. It might guide you and say, hey, you know, something good's coming up, or maybe this, you know, you have to be careful of, because then maybe that, you know what I mean? So, but again, free will, we all have free will. It's meant to guide, and it's meant to give you clarity. It's not going to predict the future for you. It's not going to tell you how to heal this and do that. And it's not going to tell you any of that. It's going to give you guidance and clarity. And then you, as the receiver of the message, have to really take that and see how you go and run with that on your own. We, as the readers, are legit just here to guide, inspire, and give clarity, okay? And hopefully give you the means and the tools that you need with that message for you to live your very best self, well, live your best life, basically, and be your highest good and highest self. That is what we want to do. So it's really just meant for guidance and enlightenment, guys, like literally. And like I said, I showed you the different decks, you know what I mean? And it has nothing to do, you know, with good or evil, or heaven or hell or God or not. It's not a religion. It's just really not a religion. It's a tool. It's a practical tool that we can use spiritually to guide us and give us clarity and enlightenment. So it's not gonna, again, it's not gonna predict anything. It's not telling you outcomes of things or anything like that. It really won't, you know what I mean? It might give you something that you're like, oh crap, I think that I remember that. Yeah, that's gonna happen, blah, blah. Things like that, but it won't predict, you know, the future. It's not like a crystal ball. So I just really hope that this video brings a little bit of clarity to you guys. I know it's just a short video, but it's just something that I wanted to do to clear up a couple of misconceptions, because I know a lot of people out there just, you know, really just have this opinion of it, which is fine, you know, and you can stick with your opinion, you can keep it, it's totally fine, especially we all believe different things. And listen, I've always said I'm such a firm believer in people believing different things, and I love that we are all different and that we all believe different things, because that's within our heart and soul. We can choose what we want, you know what I mean, and go with it. And I think that that's a beautiful thing. So I never portray any type of judgment, you know, on anybody for believing what they believe. I'm always very respectful of everybody, and I hope that you guys will be too. Just spread love, not hate. And, you know, I just hope that this video helps somebody out there to kind of clear up maybe the misconceptions that people might have of it, and that you at least give it a try. You know what I mean? At least you give it a try, and then you can feel whether or not you feel it's coming from good or evil. You know, you can feel it. You know, you can feel it within your being. So I hope that I gave you guys some clarity. You guys know that I love and appreciate you so much. Again, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and comment. Once we get to 100 subscribers, I'm going to be doing another fun giveaway. I don't know what kind of giveaway, but I know that it'll definitely be fun, because that would just be such a blessing to get to 100 subscribers. I will be so grateful. So I hope you guys all have an amazing day, and I hope that you enjoyed this video. I know it's a little different than what I've been doing, but I like to do different things. It's just fun, and whatever I feel like I need to go with, I go with, right? So later on, I love you guys. Have a good one.